Every time I look at my daughter drawing and having a good time, brings me back to when I was a child. The days when I used to just draw and draw and draw. I know she's in her own little world right now. Imagination has no limits, nobody to tell her that this has to be that way or that has to be this way. So innocent and so happy. I hope to God she doesn't turn out like me. I'm just a normal guy working my 9 to 5 every day, spending time with the family, living the American dream. But without the dog, of course. Just this cat I can't wait till it runs away.
Come here.
I'm just a normal guy with an insane imagination, and my poor wife has to live with it.
Hey, babe. What do you want for dinner?
Well, how about you serve it hot with a nice cold drink? Right now, wench.
You see, I'm just a normal guy who just happens to create some lively characters and animates them. These characters are not exactly children friendly. In fact, I'm not letting my daughter see or hear anything that comes off my first album. Just to give you a tiny example of how inappropriate this album is, it's called Jimbo's Johnson.
Hey, babe. Have you seen my car keys?
Shut up, you! Can't you see we are trying to watch the TV? Go now! Hurry!
I hate you.
It hasn't always been this way. There was a turning point in my life, the day that I decided to make the biggest decision of my life.
Hello, Mother.
Hi, son. What's up?
I've been thinking about changing jobs, but well, I really like working here, but there's nothing for advancement for me here.
I know what you mean. You're really good at what you do, but you're right, there's not a whole lot of career advancement. So what have you been thinking about?
I don't know. I kind of want to do something that I enjoy, but and kind of ties my talents together.
What about the CD you've been working on? What about selling that?
Yeah, but there's a lot more to it than just selling it. Like, I gotta get it copyrighted and then, hire a manager, get it professionally copied. I really don't have the money for that.
Right. What about going back to school? Something like that?
Well, for what though?
Well, things you enjoy doing. You've created your whole CD. You put a lot of characters together on that. You have thousands of voices that you use, and that's something you've been doing since you've been a little boy.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see what we can find. They don't have a whole lot here for schools in our area. What about something online? Have you thought about online courses? Let's see what we can find. Here's a few. What about, here's one. Check out that one.
Full Sail University. Oh look, they actually specialize in putting their students in the entertainment industry. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, check it out. Computer animation.
Perfect.
If that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
Whoa. Okay, let's stop right there. I'm sure most of you are wondering why I said, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. In order to answer that, we need to go back a few more years.
Story time.
Shortly after my comedy CD was finished, I was asked about shooting it and making it a short film. Well, because of the fact that I play most of the characters, it just wouldn't look good on film. Instead, the best way to do this is through animation. So I quickly drew characters in a cartoon fashion. I knew the only way to make these characters unique and in my own style was to draw them in the same style of a character I created in high school, Mr. Shroom. Unfortunately, when the idea of animating the CD came up, I didn't have the tools or resources to animate it, so I ended up putting the idea on the shelf for another day. When I saw that Full Sail offered computer animation, I didn't even take the time to see what else they had to offer. So when I said, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is, that right there told me that it was meant to be.
You know, if that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
Here. Go call them.
Right now?
Right now. Call them. Let them know what they say. Call them.
So with my talents as a voice actor and the ability to draw, I figured why not animation? How can an animated person like me not become an animator himself? Not even my daughter is safe from my off-the-wall sense of humor.
How would you like to go get some ice cream tomorrow? Well, too bad. Because part of growing up is learning that we don't get what we want.
Look at her, so young and so innocent. She has her whole future ahead of her and to be whatever she wants to be. Dear God, I hope she doesn't end up like me.